everyone, Amanda here. Thanks for joining me. If you are new, do hit that subscribe button. I would be so grateful. So I've been making some embellishments. I've got a steampunk journal to do and I want it to have a feminine touch, so I thought I'd make some scrappy flowers. And as I was making them, I thought, why not share how to do them? Ever so simple, very pretty, and it's a way of putting flowers on tags or journals, and they're still flat. I avoid flowers because I don't want a lot of dimension in my journals, but these are perfect, and I'm calling these scrappy flowers. I'm going to show you how to make them. I've made quite a few there. Let me just move these out of the way. So let me just quickly show you. So we've got a lovely floral, defined floral paper layer, and then we've layered up with scraps of lace. I've got bits of book page and all sorts in there, and topped off with a button. So they're really lovely. Let me show you really quickly how I've made these, and they come together nice and easy. Anybody can make these. You sit watching your TV on an evening doing it. So what I did first of all, I cut the smaller flower here from the Tattered Florals. Is that upside down? This is the Tim Holtz Tattered Florals. It's the Biggs die, it's the metal one. So you could cut fabric, you can cut paper, you can cut anything. I have made flowers from fabric, as you can see. This is fabric. Okay, so I'm using this one here. And I have cut them from recycled paper. So this was originally a really huge, and I mean huge, paper bag from Amazon. It was so big, inside was a box with my new Big Shot. That's how big it was. So I trimmed it off, cut the, the bulky bits out, and trimmed it down so that it would fit through my Big Shot. And then obviously measured the size I need and cut folded it up like so, and so that I could cut, because these will cut quite a few at a time. Ran it through my Big Shot. You end up with these petal shapes. So then I get quite a few at once on a piece of coffee dyed paper. Okay, because I'm going to stamp. So if you're going to stamp anything, do it on a piece of paper that you can reuse, because your stamping might turn out a nice background. So layer a few. I've got loads of these, absolutely loads, and I'm going to be sending some to one of my group members. So my Facebook group is linked below, Create with Scrimpingmommy, and I said to the ladies and gents on there, if you can guess what I'm going to make out of this Amazon bag, I'll send you some. And one lady guessed right. She said flowers, and that was Anna. So I'm going to be sending her some, maybe 6 or 8 of these, and a bit of a card and a whatever. Nothing major, but just a bit of fun. So I'm using here the Tim Holtz, what am I using? Stampers Anonymous, and it's the Papillon one, so with the butterflies. If I can find links for the die and the stamp, I will leave them in the description box below. I do think that die is still very much available, and I mean, I've had mine years and I use it all the time. It's a very, very useful die to have. Very useful, because you've got all them different flowers, and like I say, you can cut anything with the Biggs dies and they'll fit in your Sizzix, in your Big Shot. Right, so there we go. I've stamped my flowers. So what I'm just going to do is just use the rest of the ink on this stamp here. Alright, and I've done 2 jobs at once there, because what I've done is I've created myself my stamped flowers and also a stamped background for my next journal, so I'll use that, and it leaves my surface clean. So in fact I'm going to just leave them on that paper to avoid the glare, to avoid the dreaded glare. So then what I've got is I've got a collection of buttons here at the side of me. Okay, I've got these lovely little wooden ones. I've got loads of little white ones that I recycle from school shirts that Alexia has grown out of over the years, and things like that. Some I've had given, some I might have picked up. So, first things first, there's 2 ways of doing this. You can either just glue it, or you can do a sewn method. Now, if you glue them, what you want to do is have 2 layers of flour. Okay, just because you're going to sandwich fabric between there, so it's just easier if you sandwich 2 together. Okay, I do have one somewhere. Let's have a look. So these are, let me see if I can find the one that I glued. because I thought, I wonder if you can just, yeah, so this one is just glue. So I've not sewn, it's just glue. So I've started with a flower, then I've gone lace, then I've gone flower. It just so that when you're squeezing it together, you're not getting glue everywhere, okay? But the rest are sewn. So I've just got lace and then paper, so they're even thinner. Okay, so then all you do is get, you know, literally go in your scrap box. This is a fantastic way to literally, I mean, what are you going to do with that? Well, you can make a flower from it. So, so this is a really scrappy piece of lace that I've cut bits from previously. So what I'm just going to do is cut myself a piece. It doesn't matter if you cut it nice. It doesn't matter if it's raggy. In fact, the more raggy the better. Doesn't matter what size. You want it so that it'll protrude a little bit around the back so you can see it. Okay. So let me just move these. So I've got my lace, and I'm putting my flower, and then I'm going to layer with some more lace. And this is the good way to use up literally scraps that would normally go in the bin, because these are just about the right size to just layer in the middle there. Okay, just layer that in the middle. Then, and you don't have to do as many layers, you can do as many or as few layers, but the more layers you do, the more interesting it is, I guess, you know, because there's more to look at. So then I've got a piece of my trusty dictionary paper that I use for just about everything. And I'm just going to whip myself a small segment. As long as it's big enough to stick underneath your button. Don't want to be too small where you can't see it, but you're layering up, so you want to be able to see each layer underneath. That's what I think anyway. And then on the top I've got this bit of seam binding. Often when I'm doing ties or whatever, you always have bits where you trim off because it's a bit long, or, you know, and I save them. I always save them because you can use them for things like this. You use them on your altered paper clips, you know, on your little bits and bobs. So, you know, no scrap is too small to throw away. Don't throw that away. Don't throw that away. You can layer them up on things. Keep them in a separate box. Fabric is expensive to buy. Don't throw it away. You know, I'll use that. I'll glue that on. I've got this little piece of gold speckledy fabric lying about. I could glue that on. So anyway, so I'm just going to layer that piece of seam binding over the middle there. I could add that bit of gold as well if I wanted, but I won't overdo it. Then I'm going to add my button in the middle. Okay, slap bang in the middle. So you could have glued all that if you want. We're not going to glue it. Makers, I am going to sew it if I can find my needle. Where have I put it? Oh yeah, I found it underneath my scraps. So what I'm using here is I have some very, very beautiful crochet thread that I've had for literally donkey's years, and I've never crocheted from it, but it's lovely because it's thick enough to see. Okay, so I'm going to be using it in this journal in a few different ways. So just get your needle, get your bundle together in your left hand if you're right-handed, and in your right hand if you're left-handed. Then just literally go up and just sew the button on. Alright. Oops, get out the way. Get out the way. And I do go through it twice just to make it nice and sturdy. And this is purely aesthetical, you know. But I think if you're going to tie twine through a button hole to make it look like it's been sewn, then you're as quick sewing it. Let me just see where that hole goes. So it's going to go there. Yeah. It's only in and out, in and out. So anybody that says they can't do that as a stitch, have a go. It's easy. You can do it. There's nothing difficult about that. Okay. And it doesn't matter if it's not even tidy. Mine's not tidy at the back, and then I literally just go under that fabric like so and just tie it off in a knot. And it doesn't matter if it's not tidy at the back because that's going to glue onto a project. Okay, so there you go. There you've got your scrappy flower, and they're really, really lovely and easy to make. Like I say, I've cut a heap of them, and I've made a big a big, I've made about 20 in total. So go and give them a try. They are really, really fun. And these are going to look really beautiful on a pocket, on a tag, or, you know, have them as a page cluster. Put them on your altered paper clips. Lots and lots and lots of uses for them. And they're super, super pretty. If you don't have that die, you might have a punch. If you don't have a punch, you might have a different shape of die. If you don't, then just cut yourself or draw yourself a 5 or 6 petal flower and just copy it. It doesn't even need to be perfect. Alright, so there you go. Hope you'll give those a try. They're very, very easy to make, and you will be seeing these in my next journal. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.